We finally have a sequel to The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty, and in the Tapestry of Fate, we return to the notorious pirate Amina and her crew as they set off on their next adventure. I absolutely loved returning to this group of characters, and this sequel really packs a punch with a really rich setting and incredibly complex character arcs. Faced with deadly storms, a magical kingdom, and a queen straight from legend, Amina and her crew are really pushed to their limits in this installment when they wash up on this isolated island that shouldn't exist. And I found the kingdom to be an incredibly kind of creepy and unsettling atmosphere despite its rich decadence and luxury. There's something kind of haunted in the background of the story that adds like a constant sense of unnerving tension to the story. Throughout this series, Shannon Chakraborty crafts some really incredibly rich and morally complex female characters, and they really shine in this second installment as we explore themes of vengeance, safety, power, control, and family. And I particularly loved seeing kind of an older, powerful, jaded female villain in this book. I thought she was an incredibly fascinating character, and I loved the kind of interlude chapters and the additional context they provided to her character and her history with the transgression that is the focal point of this book. I also love that we see Amina and her crew have to kind of grapple with the consequences of returning to a life at sea after their retirement, because the first book is very much like getting the band back together and returning to adventures, and we see like the effect that that has had on themselves and their relationship with their families. And Amina in particular is faced with a lot of conflicting responsibilities, and we can really feel the weight of the decisions that she faces in this book. There is no easy solution to anything in this book. And my only real complaint with this book is that I do think the story really lags in the middle as it starts to get a little bit repetitive and drawn out. It was very obvious to me, at least, like the general idea of what was going on, though I didn't know like the specific details of things. So all the time spent going like, oh, I wonder what's going on here, just started to feel really repetitive and drawn out and unnecessary. It feels at times like Delilah and Amina have the same conversation a million times, and it just was like, okay, I'm ready to get to the thing that I know is going to happen at this point. But overall, I thought this was a fantastic sequel, and I am going to need that third book immediately because that ending was very mean, Shannon. Very mean. And I cannot wait however many years for a third book to get a resolution to that because ouch.